Well, looky what we got here. I've got a new friend in person. It's my man, Jay Croucher from PointsBet. Always appreciate PointsBet love with Chris Simms Unbuttoned. What's up, buddy? It's good to be here in person,
it's
man.
Good to do this in person.
Right?
Yeah.
Finally, like we don't have to do a Zoom thing, and I get to actually see what you look at. You're handsome, all right? You're handsome, all right? That's as far as I'll go. All right, now let's get into some football. You ready?
Let's do it.
I want to hit on Defensive Player of the Year. It's a year that's weird. It's kind of gone to the Aaron Donald Award for the last few years, where you're just like, well, it's Aaron Donald #1. He's not going to get it this year, But what do you look at it right now, how it stands, and where do you think this is all how it's gonna all play out as far as that award's concerned?
Yeah, so really weird award this year. Myles Garrett is the clear favorite, and it's largely just because he's Myles Garrett. He's got the pedigree, he's got 14 sacks, which leads the league, but the past 14 years, this award has gone to a player on a winning team.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Cleveland don't get there, because they're in a tailspin. And so if he doesn't have a winning record, then you have to look at the other guys. And Trayvon Diggs, who's right there in the market, Trayvon Diggs would be a phenomenal PointsBet client. He's one of the great gamblers in the
yes,
NFL. He goes for the ball, and he also gets burned a
Right.
lot. And so a lot of the advanced numbers don't like Trayvon Diggs. And then you start to look elsewhere. TJ Watt, really banged up. Aaron Donald doesn't have the stats. Matt Judon, J.C. Jackson, I think that they'll cannibalize each other a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, no doubt.
The Patriots.
I hear you.
And so the guy that we're looking at, that we think is a little bit underrated by the masses, is Nick Bosa, who's plus 1,000.
I like where your head's at.
Nick Bosa, there's a lot going on here with him, where he's got 11 sacks, that's 4th in the league. He's got a game in hand on Garrett and Judon. He leads the league in tackles for loss. The Niners are this resurgent team. He's going to be in the headlines.
No doubt.
Next 2 weeks, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, good quarterbacks. They also adore getting sacked.
Yes, they do.
So he has a chance to really rack up numbers, coming off the torn ACL as well.
Yeah.
All the narrative in the world. So we think Nick Bosa might be the guy.
I really like that you went there. I do. I think he would be one of my dark horses because he's not getting enough media attention. Got off to a little bit of a slow start because coming off of the ACL injury. But I think you're right. All the stars kind of align for that story and everything work in a positive way. The Myles Garrett story fascinates me, because you're right. They could end up not making the playoffs. Very rare to see Defensive Player of the Year in that category. But he is a physical freak. And with 5 games left and already at 14 sacks, I go, oh, my gosh, he could have 20. Anybody else that jumps out to you outside of those two? I'll give you just one. I like the J.C. Jackson thing. If they can continue to stay hot and he gets a few more interceptions and forces a fumble, I think he is in the conversation for best corner in football. What I don't want to see is Trayvon Diggs. I don't. He does not deserve to be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Great interceptions. He gets burnt more than toast. So I don't like that, okay? That, to me, does not qualify for that award. One other one I want to throw out here to you, all right? We talked about him before with Defensive Rookie of the Year.
There we go.
But Micah Parsons, if the Dallas Cowboys, and he's not even on this list right now, but if the Dallas Cowboys got hot, he's got 9 sacks. We know how awesome he is a middle linebacker. Do you think there'd be any chance for him to kind of jump in this conversation?
He's the one, because he is going to have a case. And with the way that all the attention that he got on Thanksgiving as well, where Romo's already declared him as Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's done, which it probably is.
Right.
But now that the fact that he's got 9 sacks as a linebacker is incredible.
Incredible.
And if they finish hot and he gets some interceptions, he runs a couple back, then he'll have to be in the conversation. But I just think people are going to have such a blocker. So many voters are just not going to see him as a candidate because they're going to vote for him.
Rookie of the Year. Yeah. So
it's a funny thing too. Where in the NBA right now, Evan Mobley is the same thing, where he's actually in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, but he'll just win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
and so that is a blocker. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think you're right with Trayvon Diggs, certainly, where I think that Parsons is the better candidate on that team. Because with Diggs, the iconic play for him is that he runs it back against the Patriots. Next play, gets burned for a 75-yard touchdown.
Exactly
and that's
right.
Trayvon Diggs in a nutshell.
That
he gives
is
it all back.
100%.
So I think Parsons is a guy who could start to build some momentum.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting award. There is no standout guy. Myles Garrett, I would agree with what you kind of said. He's Myles Garrett. He's probably is the most talented Defensive Player of the Year. But the Nick Bosa one that you brought up, to me, that'd be the one. If I had some extra change, I think I'd throw it on Bosa. I think the 49ers are going to continue to go on an upward trend. I think they're still a team that can win the Super Bowl. Yes, I'm going to say that. And they let their defense ends rush the passer, period. They don't make them worry about too much else. So this is why they pay this guy the big bucks right here. I think that's a good call by you on bringing up Nick Bosa. Again, Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. It's a crazy year in the NFL. It's crazy for some of the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year conversation. But continue to check my man Jay Croucher out on PointsBet. Check me out on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.